Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Candice. Today I have a 3-posture Yin Yoga flow, which is great for full body stretch out to help you relax and stretch the right muscles to make you feel really good in your body. So it's quite intense Yin Yoga, especially as you get advanced. People can hold postures for up to 20 minutes at a time. But today we're just going to hold it for a good couple of minutes on each pose, which is about 20 very deep and slow breaths. So make sure that you find comfort when you get into each pose, just so that you can stay still, close off the eyes, and really tune into the breath and how the body is feeling. If you feel any burning sensation or intense pain, then what I recommend is you just very gently ease out of the posture and come back into it into a much softer way so that you're not going so deep. Today we will need a couple of yoga blocks to help you either not go so deep in a posture or to go a little deeper if you would like to. So they're going to be a really great guide today. So the 3 areas we're going to be stretching, we're going to start off with our hip flexors and our psoas muscles, so 2 birds, 1 stone. Second posture will be for the hamstrings, and the very last one we're going to open up through the chest and the shoulders, and as well as creating a very small little back bend. So it really is a great all-round practice. I'm going to do something a little bit untraditional, and we're going to warm up through the hip flexors and the hamstrings just very gently before we go into our first pose, so that you can find a little more comfort, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning. You may find you're a little too stiff to find any comfort in the posture. And before we even begin with that, let's stretch out the neck. So sitting in a comfortable seat, extend the arms and take the fingertips to the ground. Drop the head to one side. And we're going to start to tune into the breath now. So find your nice deep inhales and exhales as you roll your head from shoulder to shoulder. Taking one more roll from here over to the other side. And then draw your head up to center. You can open your eyes, give your hands a little shake, and we're going to begin. So we're going to come into our lizard pose. Let's just start off in a kneeling position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to take this left leg and step it to the outside edge of the mat. So your hands are still shoulder distance. The more forward you send your hips, the more intense the psoas stretch is going to be here on the left, on the right, and on the left we're going to be opening up through these hip flexors. So grab your blocks. You can place them either in the center or one on the outside edge of the front leg. And we're going to just warm up very gently. We're going to send our hips back as we exhale and forwards as we inhale. Take your time and follow your breath. Take one more rock. And then place your blocks aside. We're going to find some hip circles. So forwards in your lizard, just find some circles from here with the hips. They can be big or small, starting in one direction. And then let's go in the opposite direction. All right, coming on forwards into our lizard. You can use your block either on the highest level, the lowest level, and then place your forearms onto that block. If you're very flexible, you might want to bring your forearms all the way to the ground. Find your comfort in the pose and then close off the eyes. Relax and sink down towards the ground. And let's take our 20 deep breaths, about 2 minutes here. Stay with the breath, listen to it, feel it out. Okay, slowly come out of this pose. Just plant your hands. And before we fully come out, let's just send our hips back into our Ardha Hanumonasana. And then forwards to your lizard. Just do this a couple of times. Move slowly, follow the breath. Last time, come on back. And then draw this left knee back towards the right. We're going to take this to the other side. So stepping the right toes forward, make sure they're as wide as the mat. Coming into our lizard on the opposite side. Once again, let's warm up. So take your blocks to the center of the mat. And exhale as you straighten. Inhale forwards. Taking one more, come on forwards into the lizard. Move your blocks out the way to find your hip circles, big or small, circling in one direction. And then rotate in the opposite direction. And let's come on forward into the lizard, setting up for this side. So remember, you can have your block on the highest, on the middle, or the lowest, or all the way to the ground, depending on where you are in your practice. Find your comfort in the pose. And then we're going to close off the eyes and take our 20 deep breaths. We're halfway there. Keep with the breath. Slowly come out of it. Plant your hands down, move your block aside, rock back, exhale, come on forwards for your inhale. Just a few times. Let's take that knee to join the left and then kneel forwards, and we're going to come down onto our bums. Extend the legs out long in front of you, setting up for our hamstring stretch. So you can just allow the legs to be nice and floppy. There's no need to engage too much unless you would like to go a little deeper. And we're going to fold forwards over the hamstrings, over the legs. Make sure you try to keep your spine nice and long to start with, and then you can just sink and fold. If you'd like to get a little deeper, you can always use your blocks on the opposite side of your feet to get you a little deeper into the stretch. So choose the variation that works for you. Let's close the eyes and take our 20 deep breaths. We're halfway there. You can get a little deeper if you would like to, or relax a little more. 10 more breaths. Wonderful. Just lift your head and slowly walk your hands back. We're going to come into our last posture, creating a T shape at the top of the mat with your blocks, a capital T. And we want to set ourselves up correctly for this. So bend your knees, come down to your elbows, pull that bottom block so that it's sitting just underneath where your shoulder blades end. And then start to lie back onto that block. And then you might need to adjust the top block so your head can rest nicely onto that. Find the comfort. When you find a good spot, then we're going to open the arms out into a cactus shape. And you can bring the soles of the feet together and allow your knees to fall open. Or you can just extend your legs out long, whatever feels more comfortable. When you find the comfort in the pose, close your eyes. Allow gravity to draw your elbows down to the ground, opening up through the chest, with a nice gentle back bend to add to it. Let's take our 20 deep breaths here. We're halfway. You can always interlace the hands above your head, getting a little deeper into other parts of the arms. Or you can stay as you are, taking our last 10 breaths, nice deep breaths here. if you have your hands interlaced above your head, then just release them and slowly, slowly move your elbows down towards your body. Place your hands towards your hips, just underneath your bum, coming onto your forearms before you lift yourself. And then press into your elbows to lift your head, your chest. Draw your knees together and press yourself up into a seat. We're going to place the blocks out the way and then roll all the way back down onto the spine. Ending our class with a beautiful Savasana. Take your feet a little wider than hip distance and your hands a couple of inches away from your body, palms facing the sky. Close your eyes and we're going to take a natural breath now. Just staying in this moment. Try to draw all your attention to the sensations of your body and to that very subtle sound as you breathe in and out. Okay, friends, you can stay here for as long as you like, or you can end your class with me by wiggling your fingertips and your toes, bringing that tingling sensation back to the body, and then raise your wrists and rotate your ankles and your hands. The whole process, keep the eyes closed. And then rotate in the opposite direction. Take your hands up and over your head, taking a big stretch as if you're just waking up first thing in the morning. And then slowly move onto your side body. Take a moment here. And then slowly press yourself up into a seat, eyes still closed. Take the tops of your hands to your knees. Take a moment, allow your shoulders to rest. Allow that space between your eyebrows to soften. We're going to take our hands to our heart center in prayer, rub them together, create a warm friction. And then place your hands over your eyelids. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale a sigh out of your mouth. Two more. One more. Take a moment before you move your hands to set an intention for your day or your evening. And then you can slowly move your hands away and open your eyes. Namaste, friends. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope you enjoyed these 3 poses. And just remember that this is a beautiful class that you can add into a weekly plan, especially for the days when you feel you just need to rest, or you can add it at the end of a day, even if you've already done yoga that day, just to open up your body in those 3 vital areas. Let me know in the comments below what your intention was if you would like to, and also just let me know how you felt at the beginning of the class compared to right now that you've finished this lovely yin flow. Until our next video, have a beautiful day or a week. Namaste.